Gee, man. What's going on in the world? Oh, not everybody. Welcome back to another episode of Shanclen Shadow Productions. Now, as you can see, I got a new drip and I got a new jacket. As you probably seen the bloopers, I finally found a denim jacket that actually fits me. Oh yeah, gonna be looking all like the AIM warriors back in the 70s. Hey, oh yeah. Just kidding. No, I'm actually getting ready for my trip right now. I'm packing up, so I wanted to make this episode for you guys. I've been planning doing all this other stuff for my channel and everything for future episodes and events that I got planned. A lot of cool stuff coming up, and I just wanted to say we just hit over 50,000 subscribers. Let's fucking go. Hell yeah, I'm super happy and excited. I stayed up until I think like midnight last night. I was just refreshing, and then so I can get this screenshot of us hitting exactly 50,000 subscribers. And it's pretty crazy how far we've come in 8 months, you know, and 4 more months. Yeah, it's gonna be a year, and it's just like, geez, time really travels when you're having fun out here. Yeah, and I really feel like I've grown in my channel, kind of finding my niche, but the niche isn't just paranormal. The niche is me and my life and everything. And I know it's kind of different because like I live the paranormal life every single day, but I also live a normal life too. Play video games, I work and do YouTube, and I do ghost hunting stuff and paranormal stuff. But yeah, I'm also traveling now too. Heading to California. Hey, I'm going to the ocean beach over there. It's gonna be raining, so that's why I got a jacket. Yeah, it's gonna be pretty amazing over there. Going to WonderCon. So if you're in California, you know, you see us at WonderCon, come say hi. Yeah, I'm gonna be doing some interviews over there with some people, and gonna be a lot really cool. I'm gonna make an episode about it. So I'm gonna be flying over there with the thunder beings and the eagles in the sky up in that way. Yeah, but this episode I wanted to kind of talk about something that's going on, that's been on my mind, and TikTok and Instagram. Not really Instagram, mainly TikTok, but all this crazy stuff that's been happening in the world, man. And that's something that a lot of these evils and these dark things are getting revealed, I guess you can say. And I know like all these things have been happening for a long time, and you know, you it's kind of really surfacing, and a lot of people are getting attention to it. But it's not just with celebrities, but with the government, the world, situations that are going on. It's kind of got me a little worried. So much so I need to have a tobacco smoke, because you see when all these things of people getting exposed for human trafficking and all these dark things that happen in the world of Hollywood. And that's one thing that I wanted to kind of talk about, was that in itself, was because I have a couple people that used to be in the industry, used to tell me stuff about these things, these dark shadows, the dark spirits and everything that kind of run Hollywood and everything. And you know, when we first started investigating, doing YouTube, you know, our goals were to try to go and get like a TV show and do all that stuff and everything. And then yeah, it's we would meet some people who did TV shows, and we would talk with them about the industry and everything, and they would always kind of tell us there's some dark things over in those hills, and who run it, and who okays a lot of the things, and who are the major players and all that stuff. And so when we would talk to these people about it, they would always say, you know, are you sure this is something you want to go down, you know? And just be careful if you go work for so-and-so over here, you go work for so-and-so over there, you know. It's always one of those things. And now with all these things about human trafficking and all these people getting exposed for the dark things, you know, Ryan Garcia, you know, P. Diddy getting exposed and all that. Police are after him for human trafficking and all these other crazy things. You know, Cat Williams doing an interview, gaslighting everybody and all that stuff. And it's just like, geez, man. Hey, man, this year everyone's just spilling all the tea out there. Yeah. So for me, I still want to go in this industry, but not in the way that, you know, is going toward Hollywood, I guess you can say, if that makes sense. For reason why I started my own kind of production company is so I didn't have to work for those people. I didn't have to, and with the stories and the movies and things that I want to make and the stories I want to tell will be filtered through me. And I didn't have to, stick with a certain narrative of somebody else, over my shoulder telling me, hey, you can't do this. Hey, you can't do that. Or, hey, you can't tell this truth, or you can't do that. And when it comes to that stuff and the darkness that's in Hollywood, yeah, there's a lot of physical things that happen and go on, but there's also a lot of spiritual things that happen in those areas, those places. And if you've been in Hollywood and you see these people, I've met a couple people in the very, very famous people in, I guess you can say, the entertainment industry. And after meeting a couple of these people, it's kind of scary how they are. There's one person I met in particular. I'm not going to say any names, but this one person I met, it was a really, really huge celebrity. And so I had to sit down and talk with them and get to know them a little bit. But this person has been in the industry for so long. When we were talking with them, it seemed like they didn't have a spirit inside of them. It seems like there wasn't no life in them. And whenever the cameras would say action, they would, in a sense, like, oh, and then they would start acting and doing all this and be alive and everything. But they say cut, and they would kind of just go off like that, and there's one of those things where you get up there in those places and all that. That's where they kind of have a lot of, evil spirits that kind of rule and kind of show the world, because in a sense, everything that you see and everything that we consume on the internet, social media and everything, in a shape or form has to go through one of these things. Before we actually had independent social media of TikTok, you would have to go through movies, TV shows and everything, but then they would have to go through a long approval list of, okay, this is a movie that we are able to show, or, this is a narrative that we want to bring. And, with all these different things, a lot of times the people that were in power would have a lot of these darker spirits that are with them. So it's like, okay, let's bring on this darker narrative, or these evil things that would kind of be brought about and all that. Oh, you want fame? Oh, you want fortune? Okay, well, just do this little thing for me and I can get you where you need to go. That's where a lot of these things are kind of creepy and scary, that it's out there. And then now, back in the 2000s, I think, like early 2000s, this one was when all this conspiracy stuff, especially when YouTube first came out, when all these conspiracy theories things used to start to be huge and everything. And it seems like it's been there, but then it kind of died out, but then it's resurfacing again, as far as for, everyone's starting to be on social media and sharing their stories and their beliefs and everything that's kind of happened in the industry before, to where before you didn't really have an avenue to do that, for the people to actually speak up and have a voice, And that's one thing, is just be careful, everybody out there. These things are real. The darkness and evil that's out there is real. And, it's there's physical stuff there, yeah, but there's also spiritual evil things that are out there as well. So, I'm pretty sure anybody in the industry can tell you, you go to Hollywood in certain places, it's a dark feeling. It's a dark place for all that evil and sickness that's kind of there. And it's kind of one of those unspoken things, because they are of that nature, of that high power. Even me just making this episode, I'm probably not going to make it anywhere anyways. But yeah, it's one of those things that, we all know it's there. So as a warrior, the evil that's there, but I still want to have the Indigenous voice told, the Indigenous stories that I want to tell be told out there in a narrative and in a way that isn't, I guess you could say, tainted by that evil that's in there, to have pure stuff. And there are good production companies, there are good people that are out there in Hollywood. I've met a couple that are good, and I've also met a couple that are bad. So that's one thing that's out there, is all this stuff is kind of getting revealed. And it's just know that these people that are getting exposed and all these other things, those are just the expendable cannon fodder people that are actually able to be exposed and all these other things. Just keep in mind, who are the people that paid them to do that? Who are the one that actually have the money beyond that? Who are the ones that they're kind of covering up or taking the fall for, so they don't get exposed for that? So keep that in your mind. There's a lot of these things that when you deal with evil in the spiritual world, there's always, I'll quote Qui-Gon Jinn from Phantom Menace in the Star Wars Episode 1. There's always a bigger fish out there. So you guys always be careful out there. I'm going to be making my way over there. I'm going to be going into the enemy territory like that. Yeah, I'm going to be a warrior, really going to scout it out and everything. But yeah, it's one of those things that, like, I'm going to be growing in my career as far as for wanting to go through this. And I know I'm going to be meeting more people like this. I've met a couple already. There's a couple people out there that are really lost spiritually to where they can be really manipulated by the darkness and the evil to go do these things. And you would think that this person's really nice, but in real life, you turn on your spirit eyes, you can look directly in them and you can see all their faults and their things that they've done in their lives, to get to where they are now. So it's one of those things, like, you never want to meet your idols or anything like that. So you just got to be careful out there, everybody. And but I'm going to do my best to try to always stay true to who we are. As an Indigenous person, my roots and where I come from are always going to be first. My family, my loved ones, my ancestors, and the connection to this land that's here, and all my relatives in all four sacred directions. Those are going to be my shield. Those are going to be my protection when we go into these things and make movies in this industry. So pray for us, and so there's just a lot of these things that are going on out there. So just be careful with the information you intake. A lot of it's really dark. A lot of it has dark messages and everything, but just, pray about it. That's why I got my tobacco here. You got to really think about it, and just, there's more to come, but always know there's a bigger fish that's out there. But I just wanted to leave it at that. There's some dark things out there in this world, and, there's a lot of physical things, but also you have to understand that there's a lot of it's being led by spiritual things, deals and greed and all that other stuff that's out there. So just be careful out there. All showing my followers, my 50,000, 50,000 and like 30 or 40, whatever this may be, or you people in the future that are watching, could be more by then. But thank you so much for watching. This is going to be a short one right here. I'm going to be posting on my Instagram of my trip, so just be careful. Go on my Instagram, check it out. Stay updated on all this other stuff. Going to be doing some more paranormal videos when I come back, and just going to be doing some more movie reviews. I'm looking at my calendar, what I have over here. Yeah, I'm also have some music videos coming up with some indigenous rock band next month. So that's going to be really cool. Clay and Fire. If you haven't, go and check it out. Clay and Fire. They're on YouTube, Apple Music. So go check that out. Also have some more cool things coming up. I'm going to be traveling to the res and getting some really cool in-depth stories from my people and everything. So that's going to be really fun to experience and share that with you. I got all my stuff from my camera already. I'm pretty sure I shared it on my Facebook and my Instagram. So, thank you guys so much for enjoying my content. Here's the 50,000. I got to hit the road. I got to go pack up and get ready for my flight. But thank you guys so much for watching. You guys take care, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Have a good morning, evening, afternoon, wherever you are. I'm going at. Dang, busting out the black denim now. Oh yeah, here we go. This is my next stage. Yeah, I'm going to my resistor, my aim clothing, my aim stage right here for this episode. Yeah, this one's gonna be fucking gnarly. Show my collateral right here. Got my water, all this stuff. Gonna need it for this one. Yeah. Oh, wait. Scoot the table over a little bit more. Oh, the water bottle's exposed. Can't hide the braids. These braids are the money makers. Hey, really gotta pray about this. What's going on? As I've said multiple times in my videos, I'm 6'5", so this is like the first jacket that like I reach out and then like it doesn't go all the way to my mid forearm in length. So I went to a big and tall store and they had this over there, and I couldn't pass it up. Yeah, this jacket's gonna be passed down to my future generations. Yeah.